For this step-by-step Easter egg guide, we're assuming that you have already turned on all of the reactors and turned on the power, gone back to the village and set up the Pack-a-Punch machine, and grabbed the R.A.I. K84 Wonder Weapon either from the trials, from the box, or built it yourself. I'll add a link in the description for my video that I made on how to build the R.A.I. K84 Wonder Weapon. So from the portal, you're going to head over to the mission control area and talk to Dr. Peck. He is located behind a large window under the staircase. He's actually going to send you back to the village to talk to Ravenoff, and Ravenoff is going to give you an ID badge. The ID badge is used to open up 3 lockers. The first locker is across the courtyard in the equipment storage area. The second locker is in engineering on the ground floor. For the third and final locker, you'll go into the colonel's office in the military command control room. You'll see the locker next to his desk. From there, you'll head to the field hospital. You'll use the agent delivery system machine next to the small computer to mix the chemicals you've collected. After you kill the enemies that have spawned, you'll be able to take the machine with you. You'll walk over to the AC unit on top of the OPC area. You'll know you're in the right place when you're given the option to attach the agent delivery system. From there, you'll go back to Dr. Peck and interact with him, and he'll have an entire sequence where he talks about how much he loves dancing as the truth serum takes hold. From there, you go to the data center and interact with a machine against the wall that has a screen with a brain on it. Eventually, Peck will talk, and you'll be given the option to unlock the memory transference station. This offers the access to 4 essence traps. These traps are really similar to Pokeballs from Pokemon or the traps from Ghostbusters. Your goal with the essence traps is to trap 3 mimic zombies at specific locations, lower their health, and trap them inside. The mimic zombies you're looking for spawn in 3 different locations. 1 is in Peck's quarters in the village, 2 is around the barracks area, and 3 is around the military command center. Each time you successfully trap a mimic zombie, you have to run back to the memory transference station and deposit the essence trap. The mimic zombies you're looking for will only spawn in one of these 3 locations once per round. So once you've found a mimic zombie that corresponds to that specific area, you can cross that off your list and focus on the other areas. There is some trial and error here, guys, so don't get discouraged if you get the wrong file or it says the file is corrupted. After you've found the 3 correct mimics, a floppy disk will appear out of the memory machine. Grab it and head over to the OPC into the planning offices and put it into the quantum mainframe. Go back to the OPC and you'll see that a new portal is opened. Once you see it, talk to Peck. You'll be given a code that opens the locker next to him. When you open it, the ether meter will drop onto the floor. From there, go to the hut directly behind Mission Control and Scorched Defense and grab the shovel. The next step is to find 3 ether containers on the map. The first container is found in the jungle defense area. After you dig it up, a lockdown period will start and you'll have to fight through several waves of enemies, and once you've killed them all, you'll be able to pick up the container. The next container is in the corner of the open lot next to the OPC. Once you approach the container, several mimic containers will spawn. You need to interact and pick up the one that does not have any black smoke in it. For the last ether container, go to the barracks area by the staircase that connects to the data center. Once you dig up the container, it'll rapidly move to another location in the barracks area. To stop it from moving, switch your R.A.I. K84 to grenade launcher mode and shoot it directly at the container. From there, you'll be able to pick it up. From there, go to the 3 ether reactors you used to turn on the power and place the containers there. When you go back to the OPC and talk to Peck, you'll figure out that he's double-crossed you. After some back and forth with Weaver throws out potentially using a satellite to charge the OPC and reopen the portal. Go back to the planning offices and interact with a computer that'll show you a map of several satellites in space. If you're on a controller, you'll use your D-pad to cycle through all the bright spots, including the Earth, till you find the one that displays a question mark. I do need to warn you that completing the satellite step will trigger the boss battle, so make sure prior to completing that you've pack-a-punched all of your weapons and you have all of the perks and armor that you need for the boss battle. Go back to the OPC and interact with the terminal on the right, and this will trigger a cutscene where Samantha emerges from the dark ether. At the end of the cutscene, our characters take the portal back to the village where they face off against Orda. The strategy for this showdown isn't really complicated. Make sure you kill all of the minor enemies around him, then focus your fire on his head and mouth area. As long as you stay mobile and don't get trapped, the fight should be over pretty quickly. This triggers several more cutscenes where we learn about the fate of our characters. Make sure you leave a like if you thought this Easter egg guide was helpful, and subscribe for future zombie content.